and welcome back to Videj. Today is Videj day 10, I think. I don't know. You'll be able to tell on the title of the video. Jesus Christ. Alright, so today I am going to be reviewing and talking about another subscription box. Now on Friday I did the one for Birchbox, which you can be able to check on the description below. I'll leave a link. But today I'm going to be talking about Boxycharm. Boxycharm actually is one of my favorites because I think, well, at least of the ones that I received, is the only one that provides full-size products for you to try, which is great because not only do you save yourself a lot of money from buying things that you don't know how they work or what they're for, but you know, you get pretty good value for your buck. Now, as far as the price of the monthly subscription for Boxycharm, I believe, well, again, from the ones that I received, this one is the priciest one. This one is $21 a month. But for the kind of products that they give you and the size of the products, I really think it's worth it, especially for those of you who are really into makeup but don't really know what to buy or don't know really what to spend your money on. Boxycharm is a really good suggestion. So I'm going to talk about the products that it brought in this month's box, and I'm also going to be using them because all of them are makeup products, so I'm going to be talking about them and demonstrating how they work also. The very first product that it brought this month was a primer. So this one is the Pores No More Luminizer Luminizer Primer from Dr. Brandt, which is this one. There we go. It looks very much like the micro dermabrasion exfoliator, the Pores No More. I think it's a whole line that they have. I've never tried this before, but this is pretty cool. I love Dr. Brandt. I love their products. Now, this particular primer, this is a full size, by the way. This is not like a sample size or anything like that. This is actual full size, which is why I love Boxycharm. The price for this primer, it runs for $38, and the information that I found on the website is as follows. I found it at Sephora. I'm not sure if Ulta carries Dr. Brandt. I'm sure they do. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The price is always going to be the same. So what it says is that this is good for all skin types. It says normal, oily, combination, and dry. So I guess it doesn't matter what kind of skin type you have, you can use it. It says what it is: an illuminating primer that refines the look of pores while giving skin a natural glow, and creating the perfect canvas for makeup application. Solutions for pores and dullness and uneven texture, which is hello. As you guys know, dry skin here, so dullness and texture is all I'm about. And the funny thing is that I tend to get texture right around the same area where I have the pores problem in my skin, which is normally around this area right here. So I'm excited to try this. It says Luminizer Primer lights up your complexion with a combination of optical diffusers, illuminating crushed stardust pearls, Jesus, and pore perfecting ingredients to help refine and lessen the look of pores, providing a subtle sheen and smoother canvas. Light reflecting illuminators create a natural looking luminescence, while soft focus technology helps visibly blur imperfections, leaving skin youthful looking and glowing. Lentil seed extract helps visibly tighten pores, strengthen pore walls, and improve skin texture. Whoa, that is a lot of info. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on. So it looks like that. It has like a little bit of a tint, so it's not white or anything like that, which for me, personally, I like when primers have a little bit of a tint. I'm looking over here because this is where my mirror is, because that way I know that it's not going to leave any kind of white cast or anything like that. So ooh, wow, that smells really intense, but it smells really nice. Actually, it kind of smells like a man's cologne. But I actually kind of like that smell. So I'm gonna concentrate it here. I like to pat also the primers so that way the skin can really absorb it. But I'm gonna concentrate it in the areas where I have the most texture. So it's gonna be around here, around here. I put it around my nose because I get a lot of flakiness there. And I'm going to apply a little bit more on my forehead. So my forehead is where I tend to get the most issues with my makeup because it is the part of my skin that is the driest. So I like to apply my primer there the most. And I like to concentrate over my eyebrows because the skin over my eyebrows gets so dry sometimes. It's so weird. Alright, so as far as consistency, I do feel that slight tackiness that primers are supposed to give you. Wow, this smells really strong. I mean, to me, it's not a bad smell, but if you're... do the upper lip. If you're someone who doesn't like really strong scents on makeup, then you might want to sniff that before you buy it because you might not like it. I personally like how it smells, and I know that these kind of things normally once, I mean, you're going to put other products on top, so the smell is not going to stay, but it does have that tacky consistency that you want from a good primer, so that way you know the foundation is going to cling to it and stay on your skin. So yeah, I don't know. Let me take a closer look. I can't, oh, and I think it leaves, oh, it leaves like these small particles of what looks like glitter. It looks like glitter. It looks like this product has glitter. Which is kind of cool. I mean, I guess that's where the luminous thing comes. I mean, it did say that it had crushed pearls or something like that, which is very dramatic. But yeah, I'm going to see how this works with the foundation. I don't know if my pores look any smaller. I personally don't think so. My pores are pretty big. But yeah, it does look pretty luminous. I will say that. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation and concealer, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm done applying my base. I used the Fenty Beauty foundation and the Shape Tape concealer and some of the Cover FX Perfect powder. Is that what it's called? The perfect setting powder. So I have that on my face. Now we're going to go ahead onto the next product that came in the BoxyCharm box this month, which is the Pure Bronze and Brighten Dreamer Bronze and Brighten Cheek Palette. It's just this right here. And I haven't even opened it because I wanted to open it on camera with you guys. So let's see what this looks like. Ooh, this is very pretty. It's very, very shiny as well. Let me get that mirror out of the way. See? So there is the bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush. So this is called Mineral Glow. This one is Afterglow, and this is Blushing Glow. I normally don't like using shiny bronzers. I like using matte. Alright, my camera died again. That happens to me a lot apparently. So I swatched the bronzer, and this is what it looks like. It's actually very, very creamy and extremely pigmented, but it is very shiny, and I don't know how I feel about that. So this is the highlighter. Ooh wee. I mean, this is pigmented. Look at that. I'll put that on the back of my hand. Well, when I apply it to my skin, I mean, that looks very shiny. It's kind of patchy when I was applying it, but then again, that's just the finger swatch. You know, finger swatches can be very deceiving sometimes, because obviously you're applying the product. Oh my god, this is so bright. You're applying the product as a concentrate when you are swatching it, and normally these kind of colors, you don't apply them like that. You blend them. So sometimes just looking at a product this way is kind of like, okay. And that's the blush. I mean, look, I'll give you that. They are very pigmented and very soft. So I can assume that they're going to apply to the skin very nicely. So let's give it a shot. Why not? I'm going to use the crown brush that I got. I think this was in last month's box, if I'm not mistaken. So this brush, I feel that it's very good to apply like contour or something like that. And to put blush and highlight is pretty good. It doesn't say what the number or name of this brush is, but if you had BoxyCharm last month, chances are you did get this. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the excess. Look at this mirror over here. Oh, all right. That applied in a very pigmented fashion. I might have gone a little overboard. All right. Okay. Sometimes, like contour powders and sometimes bronzers don't really, I'm just gonna take the excess of that and just apply it around my forehead, because I don't really have to contour my forehead that much, because I don't really have that big of a forehead. But sometimes the powders for like contours and blushes don't really show up on me. This monitor is very deceiving because it looks very bright, so sometimes the color looks washed out for me, and then when I go edit this, I look like an absolute idiot. So I'm just gonna make sure that I blend that out properly, because you definitely don't want your color to look just like a straight line. You want to make sure that it's as blended as possible. This bronzer would be perfect for the summertime, because it would give your face that really beautiful glow that everyone is always looking for in the summertime. And I think this bronzer would definitely give that to you. Apply that under my chin and my jawline, or at least so I can pretend like I have a jawline. You know? I mean, for those kind of things, you definitely want to use a contour color, because, you know, you want to create a shadow there. You don't really want to create warmth, but, you know, just for the purpose of this video, we'll do that. So yeah, I actually really like this, you guys. It's not bad. I'm going to carve this out a little bit with some powder. So the powder that I'm going to use for that, I'm going to use this Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder, which is this one. These Dermablend powders are so good. Powder's applied. Now let's move on to blush. Okay, so I'm going to use the same brush for the blush. I'm going to tap this very lightly. Oh, because this thing is pigmented. Alright. Normally when I apply blush, I put it on the middle, and then I go up, and then I drag the, well, not drag, don't drag your face. I pat the rest onto the apple of the cheeks, because since my face is pretty round, I don't like to do that whole like rosy apple cheeks on my face, because that makes me look fatter. And that's definitely not what I want. I tend to take the colors like the highlight and the blush and the powder, I tend to take it up so that it will lift my face, and that way it'll look a little bit more narrow as opposed to wide. I'm not looking for wide, I'm looking for narrow. So yeah. Okay, so this blush, you see I'm going up like this, boop, and then I'll put the rest of it onto the cheeks, but I won't like put color there like this because that just looks weird. This blush, I don't know if it's translating on camera. I'm sure it probably will once I edit this, but it's very shiny. Like, these are those kind of blushes that if you wanted to, like, you don't even have to apply highlighter if you feel it's too much, because it is very glowy. And it does have a really pretty corally color. Again, this product, it would be beautiful for the summer. Because it just has that really pretty pinky corally color. So I think it looks better in the summertime. Like, you apply this with a really pretty corally lipstick, and it's very pretty. Cute. Very glowy. Very summery. Okay, so last but not least, we have, just gonna use a little bit of that Beauty Blender to make sure it's blended. We have the highlighter. Now with highlighter, I don't tend to like to use a packed brush like this because I think it applies too much. My favorite highlighting brush is this one from Morphe, which is the M510. This is really popular in the beauty world. But, you know, it's very fluffy and it has that tapered end. So it just makes the highlighter look really nice and very nicely blended. So we're going to go into the highlighter. Oh. And I'm just going to put that on the top of my cheeks right here. Oh. I mean, it blends really nicely with the blush. And it is very glowy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Ooh. Glow, glow, girl, glow. Wow. Let me zoom you guys in a Hello. Okay, I zoomed you in a little just so you guys can hopefully see better. I'm gonna put the highlight on this side. Again, just the really top part of my face, and a little bit into the brow bone. So I do like a little C right there. And it just looks really pretty. I really like this highlighter. It's like, it's very glowy, but very kind of natural. I wouldn't apply this kind of highlighter though with this kind of blush, because I think that this blush gives you enough shine. Sometimes with these kind of blushes, I wouldn't even wear highlighter. I would just leave the blush, let do what it does. Or maybe I'll apply like a cream highlighter to kind of just give it a little bit more, you know, oomph. But this kind of highlighter, I feel like it's one of those highlighters that just shines on its own. So I will use a more matte blush to kind of give it more glow, and I'll just put that at the bridge of my nose right there, and then at the tip of my nose, boom, and my Cupid bow to give my lips a moment. I like it. It's really nice. I think it's really nice. Again, I can't really tell how shiny this is looking for you guys because my screen is very bright because of the light that I have there, but once in the edit, I mean, I was seeing it from afar on like regular lighting, it looks, my skin looks very glowy, which is nice. I mean, honestly, a lot of people say that, and I said it earlier too, that normally you would want this kind of thing for the summer. But if you want to wear this now in the winter time, that's really up to you. The colors, again, they're very pigmented, very shiny, very pretty. A little goes a long way, so this product can last you a long time. So, thumbs up for Pure Cosmetics. Oh, I didn't tell you guys how much this runs for. My bad. This product, let me see. This product, well, okay, so I went into the Pure website and I didn't find that palette specifically, so I don't know if that palette was just done like that for BoxyCharm, or if maybe it's just not on their website, or I just didn't find it. I'm not sure. But they have these things called Quick Pro Portables Sculpt and Glow. Sorry. Quick Pro Portables Sculpt and Glow On The Go Contour and Highlight Palette Pair. And it has a highlight, a bronzer, and a blush in it. So I'm going to assume that that's what this is. It says that right now they have it for $14, which is not a bad value at all, considering the quality of the product. That's a really great price. Next thing we're going to move on to is going to be this, which is the It Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil. So this is in the shade Universal Taupe. So apparently this brow pencil is supposed to match your brow color, or it's supposed to be a universal color. So whether you have dark brows or light brows, I guess it's meant to work anyways. I don't know how a taupe is going to look on my brows, because my brows are very dark, like they're almost black. So that's how the pencil looks. Now you guys know I am very, very, very committed to my Anastasia Beverly Hill definer brow, and the reason why I love that so much is because it has that slant. So it has a tip where you can use to kind of very softly apply in the front, and then it has the back part, which is a little bit thicker, and that you can kind of sculpt your eyebrow at the end. So we'll see how this works. So let me put this on my hand. Okay, that's the color right there of the brow. God, I can't twist my hand. So it looks pretty dark. We'll see how it goes. And it also has a little spoolie. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start using this. So let me get my mirror, get real close in there, and see how this works out. I don't have like a strategy or anything like that for applying, for doing my eyebrows. Pretty much what I do is that I try to I try to do my eyebrows that it's the lightest here, and then that it goes darker over here. And I try to sculpt this right here so that it's more defined. I am not, as one says, living for this, because the thing is that taupe is not the color that I would go for my eyebrows. It's just too light. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you see how you can kind of see the color right here. Normally with the brow definer, because it's a dark brown color, this kind of melts into my original hairs. So then when I run the spoolie through it, it kind of mixes in with my hairs and it makes it look a little bit more natural. But this is like a very, very, very light brown, so you can see it. I mean, the pencil itself is nice, you know. I'm not a huge fan. It's definitely not a product I would see myself replacing my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer for, because like I said, the color, I feel like it's a little bit too light, so it makes it kind of obvious that I'm wearing something on my eyebrows, which is not really what we want, you know? Although nobody here is trying to pretend like there's anything natural about any of this, but still, like, come on. All right, so yeah, so there's that. That brow pencil goes for $24, and it says here, it's a best-selling, award-winning eyebrow pencil that creates beautiful, natural-looking brows, even if you have none at all. Developed with plastic surgeons. What? This game-changing pencil is infused with proprietary brow power technology and brow-enhancing ingredients including biotin, saw palmetto, and antioxidants. Custom designed to create the most beautiful brows. Brow Power features an exclusive oval tip that mimics the look of real hair, plus a built-in grooming spoolie brush for polished perfection. The revolutionary budge-proof formula adheres to skin for long-lasting results, while the universal transforming shades adjust to all hair colors based on pressure and completely covers grays. Apply softer strokes for lighter hair colors and press harder for darker tones. Maybe I should have read that before I applied it. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I am not going to press this harder onto the front of my eyebrow because, like I said, I don't like to just look like I have just a block of hair. I like to kind of do like an ombre kind of thing, where obviously this is going to be lighter because this is where you have the less amount of hair, and then it's going to gradually go onto the rest of your eyebrow. So that's how I like to sculpt my brows. I honestly didn't see any difference in color by pressing it harder. Now I will say the shape of the pencil, of the tip of the pencil, the oval thing, I think it's a little bit too thick for you just to press it like that and mimic hair, because your eyebrows hair are supposed to be thin. And I think that if you just do that, it might make your eyebrows look a little bit too bold, unless that's what you're going for. Me personally, I like to have them thin and arched. I need to get them threaded anyway, so maybe if this kind of thing, I can use it once my eyebrows are threaded, and that's where they look the most shaped up, and maybe just putting this to kind of just give them a little bit more definition will be good. But I don't know, what do you guys think? It's not a complete goner. I will definitely still continue to use this to see how it works out, so we'll see. Next product, which I'm more excited about, is this one, which is the Crown Pro Glam Metal. So this is an eyeshadow palette. Again, another reason why I love BoxyCharm is that you can get stuff like this. How cool is that? You get a whole eyeshadow palette. That's so great. I've never used Crown products before except for that brush that I got last month's box. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like. So this is the, it's just a Glam Metals thing. It says Rock Your Look inside. It has a little guitar as the mirror, which is really cute. And these are the colors right here. So you have a lot of shiny colors and one matte color right here, which is black metal. So I mean, at first glance, they're really nice colors. You can pretty much do a normal like neutral look with this warm look with like Wild Thing and Rebel, and with the Wicked you can make a pretty warm look, and then with like pop rock and heavy metal and punk and that's black metal you can make a pretty more like a icy kind of color kind of look. But they're all shimmery. Well, there's some of them that are more satiny than shimmery, but I would have liked at least one or two more mattes just to make them transition colors, so that, you know, you could be able to like finish a look completely. But let me swatch some colors. I mean, wow, they're very buttery, I'll tell you that, and very pigmented, so that's nice. Let's do Wild Thing. Okay, I'm not the best swatcher, I'll tell you that. And let's do Black Metal, because people say that that you can know whether a palette is good by how black the color is in their palette. This black is not the blackest black. Although I'm not sure if it's meant to be like black. I think it might be like a gunmetal color, but in the palette it looks pretty dark. So these are the 4 swatches. So I swatched Rebel, Rock On, Wild Thing, and Black Metal. So as you can see, they look all very pigmented. The Black Metal was the streakiest one, but I know that blacks are very, very difficult to make. So I'm applying Glam Rock into my crease. And I'm just sweeping that color back and forth into my crease. I tend to put the colors higher up into my eye. So like the crease of my eye is right here. Boop, boop. Right there in the eye socket, right? So I tend to take it up because when I look forward like this, the color will actually show up because my eyelids tend to like fold. See, like they fold. So then it happens a lot that when I apply eyeshadow, and if I apply it too low, I won't be able to see it. So I put it high on my eyelid, but not all the way up to my brow bone. You don't want to put dark colors all the way up to your brow bone, because then that makes your eyes look really small and saggy. Yeah. So, I mean, this one blended out really nicely. So they have good blendability. I'm going to take this brush right here, which is the Sigma E55 packing brush. Take the same Glam Rock color, and I'm going to sweep that on my lower lash line. Alright, so then with that same brush, I'm going to take Heavy Metal. Alright, and I'm going to put that on my eyelids. Ooh. Oh, that's really nice. It is very pigmented. You know, I normally don't go for like grays and stuff, mainly because I feel like when I use these eyeshadows, they never really look nice on me, or like I don't know if I know how to apply them properly. So again, with the eyelid color, I do the same thing. I take it up a little bit, because a lot of times, because my eyelids kind of like fold into each other, the color tends to stamp on the top anyways. So I take the color a little bit up and I blend it with the crease color. So that way when I look forward, the color is kind of coming through forward like that. If you have the same kind of eyelids that I do, like if you feel like you put on eyeshadow and they kind of disappear, what you want to do is when you're applying makeup, you want to kind of look forward on the mirror. Just look straight into yourself and see what it looks like when you're looking forward. So that way you can be able to adjust accordingly. So I'll take the fluffy brush again and blend that properly so there's no harsh edges. Actually, I want to take some of that color, heavy metal, and put it into the inner corner of my eyelash line. My lower lash line, Jesus. And then I'm going to take this brush, which is the Morphe M433. It's like a natural hair or goat hair, I'm not sure, packing brush. And I'm going to take a little bit of that black metal. Ooh. Get experimental here. And I'm going to put that on the corner of this eye to give it a little bit more definition and like a V formation. Pack it into the eye. So you make a V, so you go up a little bit and then down like that. With these kind of dark colors, what you want to do is you want to build up. You don't want to go in with too much color, just in case you make a mistake, you don't like it. You know, you can build up and not hate yourself. Well, this look got a lot more bold and intense than I predicted it would. Okay, so to kind of give it a little bit more of the shine in the middle that kind of got lost between all the darks, I'm going to take Punk with a smaller brush, a smaller definer brush, which is, I'm using the Morphe M205. I'm just going to pat that in the middle into the corner of my eye to kind of give it back a little bit of that shiny that kind of just got lost. And I wish this palette would have had a lighter color that you could have used for your inner corner and also for the brow bone. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I applied some eyeliner and I also applied some mascara. I used the Smashbox, what is it called? The Smashbox Always On Gel Liner in Fishnet on my eyes. I've never used it before and I actually really liked it. And I used my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This look actually would look really nice with some eyelashes, but I don't have any. So to finish up, I'm going to go back to the Pure Bronze Brighten palette, and I'm going to use the highlighter in my inner corner. And I like doing this because, especially when using dark colors like that, I like using a champagne-y golden kind of color for the inner eyes, just so that it can make your eyes nice and awake and not get lost in the darkness of the colors. Especially because my eyes tend to look tiny sometimes. And then I'm going to swipe some of that into my brow bone. And it just kind of cleans up the look as well when you use a brow bone color that is light. It lifts your eyebrows and it gives it a nice definition. See? Alright, so last but not least, the final product that came in the Boxycharm box for this month was this lipstick from Girlactik. It is a matte lip paint because we can't get enough of them matte lips, huh? So it looks like this. Girlactik, if I'm not mistaken, is another one of those online brands. And I think they're also being sold at Ulta. I'm not 100% sure. Do not quote me on that. So this is the long-lasting matte lip paint liquid lipstick. This one is in the color, in the shade Posh. Most likely, if you are also subscribed onto Boxycharm, you might not receive the same color. You might receive a different one. And in the end, it runs, this is for $23, which is, I mean, that's pretty pricey. There's some liquid liners out there, liquid lips, liquid lipsticks that are cheaper, but we'll see. I've never used Girlactik before. I've seen it being used before, especially on Instagram. Oh, and it's one of those lipsticks that have that beautiful candy smell that I just love. So the website says, known as one of the original liquid lipsticks, really? Is that true? And best-selling formula, you are the artist to your lips with the long wear matte lip paint liquid lipstick. Apply this richly pigmented lip paint onto your lips, and within 1 minute it will dry down to a beautiful matte color that will be noticeably dramatic with your dryness, without the dryness or flaking. Your lips are sure to look matte-full. Did you know Girlactik gives the most product in a vial for matte lippies? You get 7.5 milligrams. That's more than double of most brands. So it says, beauty tip, for a true color, apply just one coat. 2 coats will make color darker for 2 color options. So apparently, if you can get 2 colors out of these, because an additional coat will make it darker. I personally don't like to apply more than 1 coat with a liquid lipstick because I find all these formulas to be drying. Again, I've never tried Girlactik before, so let's see how it looks. Okay, this does dry down very quickly. It does say on the website that it does dry down in a minute. I feel like that is very true because it is drying down. It was actually drying down as I was applying it. I mean, first of all, I love this color. I'm really glad they sent me this one, because these are the kind of like nude colors that I like to wear. It smells delicious, which is always a point for me for any product. And you know, as of right now, as I had just applied it and I'm talking to you guys, I mean, it doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. It doesn't feel extra drying. I will say though, before I applied any makeup, I did have lip gloss on. I had the Jack Black lip gloss, which I love. So I did have that on, and I never wear anything on my lips without applying like a lip gloss or some sort of lip treatment, especially liquid lipsticks, because my lips are very dry. So I will say that, but so far the lipstick feels very comfortable. I have a horrible habit, I'm sure you have noticed, that I tend to lick my lips a lot because my lips are always so dry. So that is obviously that's a problem for me because saliva makes your lips even drier, so it's not a good thing for you to lick your lips a lot. So that's a habit I'm trying to break, and obviously it does affect how liquid lips tend to work on me. But so far so good. Oh my goodness. It's like nobody wants me to finish these videos. Anyways, my battery died, so I had to finish this video with my camera, with my iPhone camera. So if you see that this is like shaky and weird, sorry. Anyways, that was it for the products that were included in the Birchbox January box. If you guys received it as well, let me know, what do you think? I personally enjoyed all of these products. The only one that I would rate the lowest would be the brow pencil one, but I will continue to try it to see how it works out. But the eyeshadow palette and the bronzer and everything else worked out very great for me, so I give it a thumbs up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!